Strong Towns Langley represents a vision for a more resilient, fiscally sound, and people oriented Langley. Our mission is to collaborate with residents and local government to make that vision a reality. Today, on behalf of Strong Towns Langley, I have the pleasure of talking with Doug Chaffee, a member and future resident of Compass Cohousing right here in Langley. Welcome, Doug.
Thanks, Cheryl.
Yeah.
Appreciate this opportunity.
Well, it's our pleasure. Just for those who may not have a background with co-housing, who might not be as familiar with the concept, just wondering if we can go back to the very beginning and have you explain to us what co-housing is and why someone like I or yourself might want to live in a co-housing project.
Yeah, thank you. One way of looking at co-housing is the reinvention of the village in a modern context. Now, our particular project will be condo buildings, very nice ones, but so it won't be the traditional village, but we're building 40 units. And the way it works with us, we've had a small group of people that started meeting together in 2015, looking to build a community for us to live in. So we formed a limited company, and everyone who joins our group, and we're now up to 30 members in a 40-unit complex. Everyone who joins our group becomes a shareholder in the company and loans money to the company. We use that money to complete the project. And then when we're through, we'll sell the units to ourselves at cost. So everyone is involved in the ownership from the beginning. Our decisions are made by consensus as much as possible. In the several years that we've been adding members, we've become a community. We have a social later this afternoon. We're going over to a place and have a barbecue and play some games and so on. And we really are bonding. So it's community, which is lacking from so many people's lives, and we've got it. And little commercial here, we have room for 10 more family units.
Yeah, I bet you they'll fill up fast too. So I think co-housing started in Denmark. Is that
right.
The case?
Yeah. Started in Denmark. An American couple who were both graduate students in architecture stumbled across it in Copenhagen and then brought it back to the US. And then it's also here in Canada. There's probably about 150 co-housing communities in the States and probably 30 completed ones in Canada. BC has the lion's share. It sort of started here. I'll just mention the first co-housing community in Canada is right here in Langley. It's called Windsong. It's up on 96th Avenue, about 202nd, I think. And it's been there, I think they're just celebrating their 26th anniversary. So it was the first in Canada. And we at Compass are really fortunate to have the guy who spearheaded that as our advisor. So we profit by all that experience.
Right. Yes, that I can see that would be super helpful in getting your own project off the ground and help it to be successful. So what draws people to co-housing? I think you've mentioned a little bit like that village mentality.
Yeah, community. Also, our project design is oriented towards sustainability. We're making it as green as possible. We're using heat pumps throughout, for example, and have a lot of garden space. What else should I mention?
I think you have maybe orchard trees planned. Is that
true? We're planting a bunch of fruit trees and other edibles. I think we're going to have a blueberry hedge somewhere in the group, somewhere in the project. Sustainability, community, those are the big things. And our location is just at the south edge of Willoughby, just a little bit north and east of Walmart. So it's extremely walkable. There's lots of trails and so on, just right around us, and you can walk down to the commercial area there in a few minutes. So it'll reduce the use of automobiles, and if someone is going shopping, they can pick something up for you,
Right.
that kind of thing.
And then what kind of like shared spaces or common spaces does this project have?
We have a 6,000 square foot common house, which will have, I'll just go over some of the important features. Well, they're all important. There'll be a children's play area inside, and then 2 outside children's play areas. So parents don't have to have a playroom in their own unit. There'll be a large eating area and kitchen for common meals. There are 2 guest bedrooms, so you don't have to have your own guest bedroom. There's a laundry room. I mean, if you want to have your own washer and dryer, you can. We're not going to. And experience shows that about half of people will use the common house laundry. A couple of lounges, some office space for people that want to work at home, craft room, exercise room, workshop, music room. So
the list keeps going.
The way that I look at it, like Sue and I are going to be in a unit of a little over 1,000 square feet, but in reality, we're going to have about 7,000 square feet because we've got that 6,000 square feet of common area. So you can live large in a small space.
Yeah, that's an excellent way of putting it too. Yeah, there's just so many benefits to this way of living. I mean, you mentioned I'm a mom of 2, and you talked about the children's play areas, and I think one really big advantage of this for people with young kids is the number of caregivers in the community that you're living in. Daycare is so hard to find these days.
And playmates, like you don't have to set up a play date with someone who's living 2 doors down from you. The kids just glom onto the kids' room, and we have a number of grandparents who have grandchildren living nearby, and they are, I don't like to use the word salivating, but they're really looking forward to this because they can have their grandkids over and they'll have playmates, and so it's very family friendly.
That's awesome. Yeah, and that's so big when you have young children. So I can see how that would be a draw. So where is Compass in terms of the rezoning application with the township, and has that been a difficult process at all?
The township has been very encouraging to us. We're actually purchasing the property from the township, and part of the purchase agreement is that they rezone the property for us. So that has been, they've been very supportive and encouraging, and so we're grateful to the township for their vision. I think perhaps partly because of the presence of Windsong for all these years. They know about cohousing. They see the value. They see that it's a useful medium density kind of housing for people with medium financial resources. And, we've got 40 units on an acre and a third. So it's efficient use of the land.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, that's excellent. I'm glad to hear that, that the rezoning process hasn't been a barrier then at all.
No, township's been very supportive.
Yeah.
We're hoping to start construction later this summer.
Excellent. I'll be looking for that as I drive by.
Yeah. The property is on 203rd Street, just north of 66th Avenue. So if your viewers drive by, you'll see our sign there, future home of Compass Commons, which is what we're calling the actual build.
Excellent. So then if somebody is watching this right now and their interest has been piqued and maybe they want to learn more, or maybe they'd be even interested in being a resident, grabbing one of those last remaining 10 spots, where can they go?
The simplest answer to that is our website, and there are links there. It's simply compasscohousing.com.
Okay.
And once you get there, you'll see there's a lot of information there. And the best thing to do is probably to sign up for one of our info sessions. We have them every other week by Zoom on a Thursday evening, and we give the full story and give people an opportunity to see the path to involvement.
Well, I can tell you that myself and the other members of Strong Towns Langley are very much looking forward to seeing this project completed. And, if we ever had the opportunity, we certainly wouldn't turn down a tour once it's all done.
Oh,
just putting that out there.
Absolutely. No,
Yeah.
we love to let people see what we will have, I should say. We don't have it yet, but
I think it'll be very, very special and a great inspiration. Hopefully, there'll be more projects like it, like and Windsong in Langley coming up.
Yeah. It's not an easy thing to do,
No.
but the thing is, we don't have government subsidies, and building the common house adds to the cost of the project for each unit. So
Right.
we're working to find ways to. We're trying to build well, but economically, and there's always a tension between those two.
Of course. Yeah, that's the real world, unfortunately.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
But I think we're hitting a good balance, and the community, like we're becoming friends. We will be neighbors. We're already starting to be friends. And hopefully, almost all of our neighbors will be friends with each other. Of course, in any village, not everybody automatically gets along, but we're off to a good start.
Yeah, it's interesting that you're already sort of building the sense of community, even though the building itself isn't built yet.
Yeah.
But the community is already being built. So that's good. Yeah. Well, thank you again so much for your time today, Doug.
Oh, it's a pleasure. Thank you, Cheryl.
Yeah.
And I'm very happy to hear about Strong Towns Langley. It sounds like a really good thing, and I'll have to find out a little bit more about it.
Absolutely. Please do. All right. We'll talk to you again soon.
Okay. Thanks, Cheryl. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.